Aaron milking for the first time. She's quick.
She's not.
Danny's being not very much. Let's keep going.
Maybe an ounce.
This is the milk
Cheese we
maiden.
can make.
This is the milk maiden signing off.
Okay, so this is the very first day we had ever milked, and you can see on the top, Brad naturally right away was a better milker than I was. I was so slow and just trying to be really methodical, but it was a good first day. I was very happy. However, literally right after that, I read something, several somethings where people waited 4 weeks to milk their goats, and we weren't quite at 4 weeks. I think we were at maybe more like 3 weeks at that point, or just over 3 weeks. So I said to Brad, we've got these freezing days coming up. The babies are only 3 weeks. Let's go ahead and wait another week. So we did. And the first 2 days that I milked were bad. Danny did not stand well. I had to throw out both those batches of milk for, one time Danny kicked it over. And then the other time, I just felt like I hadn't gotten very much. I was frustrated, honestly, and I think I'd accidentally brushed some dirt in there. Like something had happened where I went ahead and threw away that bucket. So this is real day 3. I'm not counting that very first thing that you saw. So this was my real day 3, just me, just Danny. And you can see I'm really struggling here. So I keep really pulling down, and every once in a while I get a couple of good streams, and then the milk will stop, and I'll just kind of like sit there and try really hard to get it going again. And I had heard people say, don't pull down, and I didn't really even realize I was doing it, honestly. Watching the videos showed me that I was doing it, so that was an interesting side effect of videoing everything. But what you want to do, and I've gotten much better to the point where I feel like I can give you advice, is you put your thumb and your pointer finger at the top of the teat, and then you basically squeeze there, and that's trapping the milk into the teat. And then you use the rest of your hand to just squeeze the milk out of the udder. You really don't have to pull down. The reason that you see hands go up and down sometimes is when the milk stops. You're kind of hitting that bag just a little bit, like barely, to stimulate the milk letdown. So here I honestly, looking back now, and this is only a week in, I don't even understand how I struggled this badly. It's sad to watch, but we'll speed it up now for a second. Okay, I've slowed it down again now so you can kind of see the moment where everything falls apart. So in that milk bucket pail, there's really not much, but you see she's starting to get antsy. She's finished her food, and right there she just knocked off that headpiece. So we had a headpiece that slipped over the bars, but Danny she figured out right away she could knock that off. So I tried to put it back on, and I really I was plodding along here. I was really trying to get a lot out of it. But basically what I learned was once Danny is done, she's done. Now, I do think that I've gotten faster, and Danny's gotten a little bit more used to it. And after talking to some people that own goats, they said, you're a first-time milker, and she's a first-time milkie. So really, you guys are really just struggling to learn the ropes at this point. So don't judge yourself too harshly. It's gonna get better, and it really has, and it has gotten better much quicker than I anticipated. So I feel bad for my past self, because at this point I was very stressed out. You probably can't tell in the video very much. I was stressed out. I did not look forward to milking in the morning, and now I actually kind of enjoy it. And again, we're talking like not even a week later that I'm much better, much faster, more confident, and having fun with it. I'm gonna go ahead and let you watch this clip of me kind of decompressing. What's the word I'm looking for? After milking that day. again, it kind of makes me laugh now. I really know that it hasn't been that long, guys. It's just funny. It's night and day at this point, what it's like to milk. So far, Danny's winning. As soon as she's out of food, she is like a crazy person. So I actually took a video today hoping it would be my first success, and it really was not. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board and see if I can figure out how to make her stand for me. I got not very much milk before she ran out of food and would no longer sit around for me. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm feeling much better about my skills at this point. You can see right there, I'm so much faster. It still looks like I'm pulling down. I really don't feel like I do that very much anymore, so maybe I need to take another video. But I didn't struggle nearly as much with the milk letdown being an issue. And at this point, what I really struggled with most was milking for so long that my hands hurt. So you'll see me multiple times stop and shake out my hands. And that, again, is just going to be one of those things that I have to get used to over time and strengthen my hand muscles. But I was really feeling pretty good by this point. A couple of other things to note. My bucket is too small. I can't remember if I've already said that. I need to get a bigger bucket, and one of my sisters is actually sponsoring the bigger bucket and is going to get that for me. Also, every time I move the bucket, it's because she's either stamping or moving her head up at the top and just kind of getting antsy. And I'm just trying to be ready to protect the bucket from a disgusting hoof going in. So in this next part, what I'm actually doing is just doing a first pass at straining the milk. So I pour it into this funnel that has a little strainer in it, which catches some of the hair. And I pour it into the jar so that I have a lid to cap it and take it in with, so more things aren't getting in there. And that picture is just me being super happy that I finally got a decent amount. Okay, day 7 starts with a bang. She goes right up on her own, and I'm going to let my day 7 self talk to you about the milking at this point. Okay, it is cool out today a little bit and rainy, but I just wanted to show the improvement on my milking skills. So right now I'm just cleaning her udder off with some soapy water. And then a lot of people shave right there. I think I will too eventually, because hair gets into the milk, which is kind of grody. And then I'm just going to dry her off, because it's actually hard to milk with them wet. So dry them off. Okay. And this guy is my little tester. So I just put it down here, get a couple of squirts from each udder into the bucket. It's kind of low, so it's hard. And then you just examine it and see if there are any chunks or blood that can indicate mastitis. So I need a bigger bucket, which is on its way, donated by my lovely sister Marissa. But in the beginning, I was really pulling down a lot. And you don't need to do that. You're basically just letting the udder fill with milk and then squeezing it out. But they will have, the reason you kind of see that pull down motion is they will have times where the milk doesn't let down, and you kind of have to lift the bag to get that milk flowing again. So I don't know if you can tell this in this video. I'm a lot faster, a lot more confident. It's a lot less frustrating. The babies are not happy. It's Sunday and I'm a little bit late on my usual routine. So Danny will only stay happy as long as she has food. So I just kind of go as fast as possible, because we don't have a great solution right now to keep her on the stand afterwards. Our headpiece needs to be not bolted down, but like we need to put a hook on there to get it to go down. So stay down. So we just bought those the other day, so I think Brad might put that on for me today. I'm still new enough that I get hand cramps. Oh. Babies. Okay, so this is just a little strainer. Here's the milk that we got today. Pour it. So looking pretty good. And you can see some of the goat hair in there. So just tap it. Eventually I'll probably want to buy plastic cups. Got a nice jar here. This is just a bowl jar, so I need to get her on the stand longer. So that way we can, I mean, she's got plenty more in there, so I have no idea how much I would actually get if I could produce or get her all the way. The baby's coming to say hi. See what I'm doing. Go feed the rest of the goats. So you can actually see the milk progression. This one's a wider cup, so even though it looks like it's tiny, it's not on the days that I have milked her. So I've gotten a little more every day. Give hope for you people who are just starting.